Are you ready to witness the darker side of WWE Wrestlemania? In this video, we will review the most terrifying injuries in WWE Wrestlemania, where the pursuit of greatness often comes at a heavy price. From broken bones to concussions and beyond, we're counting down some of the worst moments that'll leave you in fear. Join us as we relive the most shocking injuries in WrestleMania history and find out what happened next. Oh, and before we continue, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates. We will now proceed with the countdown. Number 10. The Miz. Well, in 2011, The Miz, a former reality TV star, surprisingly headlined WrestleMania against WWE's top star, John Cena. While Miz's journey from being ostracized by the locker room to becoming WWE champion is an interesting story, the match itself was one of the weakest Mania main events. It served as a backdrop for Cena's developing rivalry with The Rock. Now, despite a grand entrance, the match was unremarkable until Miz was tackled off the ringside barricade by Big Show, leaving him dazed. Miz then capitalized on a rock bottom to pin Cena and retain the title. In a strange twist, Miz didn't even remember the match due to a concussion and was tended to by his future wife, Maryse, backstage. Despite the disappointing match, Miz's career took a positive turn, and he found love in the process. Number 9. Triple H. Triple H, also known as Hunter Hearst Helmsley, has experienced his fair share of in-ring injuries over the years, including quad tears and minor surgeries. To protect himself, he often wrestled with heavy taping and padding. However, at WrestleMania 29, he didn't anticipate an unexpected hazard: dry ice. During his entrance, he was accidentally blasted with dry ice at close range, causing second-degree burns to his torso and arms. Despite this, he went on to win the match against Brock Lesnar. The incident likely made him reconsider his entrance strategy, opting for a safer approach the following year, accompanied by 3 beautiful women. Little did he know this decision might not go over well with his wife, Stephanie. Number 8. Ronda Rousey. At WrestleMania 35 in 2019, Ronda Rousey made history alongside Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch as the first women to headline the show. The triple threat match was a culmination of their hard work, with both the Raw and SmackDown women's titles on the line. Rousey, a former UFC star, had taken the wrestling world by storm since her in-ring debut at the previous year's WrestleMania. However, Mania 35 marked her first defeat in wrestling, and to make matters worse, she broke her hand during the match. Although she was no stranger to the injury, it required surgery and meant she couldn't punch anything for a while. Despite the disappointing outcome, Rousey's participation in the historic main event cemented her status as one of WWE's most bankable stars. Number 7. Rick Boogs. Rick Boogs suffered a devastating injury at the worst possible time, during his first WrestleMania match in 2022. He was teaming up with Shinsuke Nakamura against the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The match itself was going well until Boogs attempted a fireman's carry, and his leg gave out, causing him immense pain. The match quickly ended, and Boogs was helped to the back. He later revealed that his quad muscle was too strong and flexed so hard that it ripped his quadriceps tendon completely off the bone. After 10 months of recovery, Boogs returned to the ring, and his reward was a battle with The Miz, which could also be seen as a punishment. This incident highlights the risks and challenges that wrestlers face, and it's a testament to Boogs' strength and determination that he was able to recover and return to the ring. Number 6. Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon's WWE career seemed to be ending in controversy after his reported backstage antics at the 2022 Royal Rumble. However, he made a surprise return at WrestleMania 39, receiving a huge reaction from the crowd. But his comeback was short-lived, as he suffered a quad injury while leapfrogging The Miz in their impromptu match. Shane landed awkwardly and couldn't get back up, but WWE Hall of Famer Snoop Dogg saved the day by taking down Miz and ending the segment with a crowd-pleasing people's elbow. But despite the injury, Shane is hoping to recover quickly and fulfill his dream of winning the 2024 Royal Rumble. However, given his history of injuries, it might be wise not to mention his torn quad and the Royal Rumble in the same sentence. Number 5. The Undertaker. WrestleMania 30 was a night to remember for The Undertaker, but for all the wrong reasons. Not only did he suffer a devastating loss, ending his iconic undefeated streak, but he also suffered a severe concussion during the match. and the injury was so severe that he couldn't even recall when it happened. The aftermath was just as alarming, as The Undertaker was rushed to the hospital immediately after the match, with WWE boss Vince McMahon accompanying him. The severity of the situation was evident in footage shared by WWE in later documentaries, showing The Undertaker collapsing backstage, clearly exhausted and drained. It was a reminder of the risks and sacrifices made by wrestlers like The Undertaker, who put their bodies on the line every time they step into the ring. Number 4. Kurt Angle. In 2004, Kurt Angle faced a high-risk match against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 19. Despite having a broken neck, he underwent an experimental procedure to continue wrestling, but his neck issues persisted. Despite this, he went on to compete in another major title match against Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania 20. Unfortunately, he broke his neck again during the match, his 4th neck break in total. With the doctor ruling out another surgery, WWE kept Angle on TV as the SmackDown general manager, giving him time to heal. However, it felt like he was on borrowed time and his career was at risk. Angle's courage and determination allowed him to continue wrestling despite his severe injuries, but his neck problems continued to be a major concern. Number 3. Jimmy Uso. WrestleMania 36 was a unique event in 2020, taking place during the COVID-19 pandemic. To ensure safety, WWE pre-taped matches in a sanitized performance center, with some featuring a cinematic style. While this allowed for more control over the presentation, injuries were still unpredictable. Jimmy Uso suffered a severe ACL injury just 1 minute into his ladder match with John Morrison and Kofi Kingston. Surprisingly, the injury occurred when he jumped only 4 feet off a ladder and landed on his feet. Despite this, Jimmy continued to perform dangerous moves and stunts for nearly 20 minutes, essentially on one leg. He was so shocked that he got hurt from such a relatively simple move and amazed that he could simply pull off the rest of the match. The injury kept him out of action for almost 14 months before he returned back to competition. Number 2. Brock Lesnar. At WrestleMania 19, Brock Lesnar experienced the most severe concussion in the event's history. During the match against Kurt Angle, Lesnar attempted a complex move called the Shooting Star Press, but unfortunately he misjudged the landing and fell on his neck. This led to a concussion, which was a relief considering the initial fear that he might have broken his neck, a potentially life-threatening injury. Lesnar's intention was to create an unforgettable moment, but his mistake resulted in a painful and potentially dangerous outcome. This incident highlights the risks wrestlers take when attempting daring stunts and moves, and how even the slightest miscalculation can have serious consequences. But despite the severity of the injury, Lesnar was fortunate to escape with a concussion. Number 1. The Rock. At WrestleMania 29, The Rock faced off against John Cena in an epic main event match. However, during the match, The Rock suffered a severe injury, tearing both his abdominal and abductor muscles, as well as sustaining a hernia. Despite the excruciating pain, The Rock showcased his remarkable resilience by continuing to wrestle, finishing the match despite sustaining the injury early on. His determination and strength allowed him to power through the pain, but the injury had a lasting impact. Since then, The Rock has not competed in a full match, aside from a brief 6-second encounter against Eric Rowan. The severity of the injury has kept him sidelined, a testament to the risks and consequences of professional wrestling. The Rock's bravery and perseverance that night will always be remembered, but the injury has undoubtedly changed his wrestling career. Well, that's it for our countdown of the most terrifying injuries in WWE Wrestlemania. We've relived the most terrifying injuries in WWE Wrestlemania history. From heart-stopping falls to career-altering accidents, these moments will remain in our memories forever. But despite the dangers, they continue to push themselves to the limit, inspiring us with their courage and resilience. Please drop your thoughts in the comments and share this video. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.